I'm James. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. Sometimes I get compared to celebrities. Like on my way into town, I was stopped at Tim Hortons. This girl's like, James, you look a lot like Ben Affleck, the famous actor. I'm like, oh, thanks. She's like, yeah, he lived on the Gardner Expressway. I'm like, oh, okay. That's not so much a compliment, is it? It's like, yeah, he looked like Ben Affleck if he was in constant need of a ride home to Etobicoke. I'll go in the trunk, don't worry. Actually, I live in Etobicoke. You guys familiar with Etobicoke? Actually, got a drunk dude from Radford once. I'm like, where are you from? He's like, Rockford. I'm like, that sounds a lot like Rockford when you say that. So there's a connection there somehow, right? Like, it's crazy though, man. We have a lot of homeless people in Etobicoke. I feel like whenever a homeless dude comes to Radford, you guys just give him a drive to Toronto. Like, here's it's like, you got any change? I'll do you one better. Hop in the car, we'll drive you right to downtown Toronto. It's like, thanks for the ride. Don't come back to Bradford. Fuck, man. I was all stoned though in front of this vape lounge, and this lady comes walking up to me. She's holding a garbage bag. You know, she's shaking. She's like, you looking for any merchandise? You looking for any merchandise? And I wasn't looking for any merchandise, right? But the first thing I say, I'm just like, oh, what do you got? Say, right? That's when she starts shaking. It's hot. I warn you, it's hot. I'm like, all right, let's open the fucking bag. Let's get this over with. My buddy beside me, he just goes back inside. He's like, I'm out. I'm not dealing with this, right? So she opens up the bag. Inside this bag, folks, there's about 10 to 11 obviously used, probably stolen dildos. Just filled. I swear, there was a white crust on them. You could tell they were used, right? I'm sorry. I wasn't the one with the bag, folks. So, I'm like, I want to get out of the conversation. The first thing I say, I'm like, how much? She's like, I'll give you 2 for 10. Like, which is a weird pricing strategy for used stolen dildos, right? Like, how do you, like, who breaks into a house and is like, fuck the TV, screw the jewelry, I'm going for the sex toys, right? That's gonna give me some money. So that's my out. I'm like, oh, really, 2 for 10? Like, there's a lady down the street selling 3 dildos for 10, so I have to go to her instead, right? That's when she starts shaking the bag and yelling at me, I'll give you 3 for 10! I'll give you 3 for 10! There's like a group of hot chicks walking by, they see me like arguing and haggling dildo prices with a homeless lady. But I did buy the dildos because that's a great price. 3 for 10. If anyone needs one, I'm selling them after the show. I'm gonna make a bit of a profit, $50 each. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It's funny though. But I had some weird homeless situations. Like I was on the streetcar the other day, and this dude gets on, right? Watching, I get on. He's already on there. I mean, correct it. And he's just singing, right? Just singing. I like singing, right? He's just going, ra-da-da-dee-da-da-doo-da-doo, ra-da-da-dee-da-da-doo-da-doo, rock and roll. He couldn't do the tweets. He had no teeth. He couldn't do it. But guys, I made the bad decision of looking at him, right? I look at him, he looks at me, I'm like, oh fuck. He's like, hey buddy, you know the song Rock and Robin? I'm like, you did a great job, it was great. He's like, that song turned 80% Toronto homosexual. I'm like, I don't know how to respond to that, right? And he's like, he follows up really quick, he's like, have you heard of tap water? I'm like, yeah, I drink tap water every day. He's like, my uncle drank tap water for 5 years and it turned him into a hermaphrodite. I'm like, buddy, I'm gonna stop you right now. Because I've drunk tap water every day for 5 years, and as far as I know, it's still just a dick down there, right? And this homeless guy did not like me arguing with his logic. He just like, he goes back to singing, but this time it's very angry. He's like, ra-ba-da-ba-dee-da-doo-da-doo. Now, I don't know if you've ever heard someone sing a happy song angrily. It's very terrifying, right? It's like someone went to your birthday and was like, happy birthday! Just take the cake! Hand the presents! Let's go! So I just break the conversation off. You know how you do? You know how you break a conversation with a homeless guy? You just blink your eyes, turn your head, right? You just stop talking. You're like, perfect, you're good. And I thought I was good. He goes to get off about 2 minutes later, and as he walks by me, he takes off his hat. And I think he's asking me for change for like the amazing advice he gave me. You guys can see my hair now, it's alright. And I look at his hat, it's covered with a keep the radio waves from turning me gay. I'm like, you're just gay. It's not Rock and Robin, it's not the tap water. There's not some government agency like, hey Johnson, who do you want to turn gay today with a satellite? It's like, well, let's point the gay satellite at that crazy homeless dude on the streetcar. It's like longitude, latitude. It's like, fuck, an aluminum foil helmet, the only defense against the homosexual satellites. Guys, you guys ever jerk off? I know you're lying, or if you don't, or finger blasts for ladies. I'm not gonna write that down. I guys actually think, actually, I'm not gonna be guessing. Sorry, I think jerking off is a building block of society. It really is. It builds agility, dexterity, time management. For sure, time management. Right? Think about it. I'll tell you, I remember being at home at the computer that the only one computer in the house that everyone would jerk off to, right? You're like, oh, there's only one computer. We all have to look at whatever. My parents would be getting groceries. I'd be like watching it, and all of a sudden the car would pull up the driveway. Like, I have 30 seconds to finish. 29, 28, 27, 26. I'm just like, turn the off key, run to the bathroom. Right? Anyway, jerking off, it's great, guys. I use it as a reward, right? The other day I finished a crossword for the first time in my life. Thank you very much. No, you guys are I feel like the turns around the flag. The crosswords are fun, man. I never finish a crossword. I usually get halfway through and start leaving crazy messages in it for the next person to pick it up on the streetcar. It's like kill Dave, so the person picks it up. Someone's got more Dave. So I finished the crossword, I get home, I'm like, you know what, I'm definitely going to reward myself with a nice jerk-off session, you know, it's a gentleman. And I run to the computer, and I have a girlfriend too, right? I do have a girlfriend, bless her heart, but my girlfriend's not 3 Asian ladies, right? Sometimes you want 3 Asians. So I won't get into the details, you know how it works, I'm on the computer, right? And I didn't plan it out well. I didn't have a plate or a cup or a paper towel to put my shit in here, right? I start trying to take off my sock mid-jerking off. You ever tried to do that? It's weird. There's like, Jesus Christ, that's what happened. So I just abort and I grab the newspaper, I did the crossword, right? I pull it open. On the front page, it's Trudeau, Montclair, and Harper. Now I have to decide who's getting it, right? Who's getting the glory shot? So I go to Trudeau, and he was the most attractive of the 3, for sure. I wanted to do it with Trudeau, but I couldn't. Because there's actually, guys, I don't know if you know this, there's a law in Canada that's illegal to jerk off onto pictures of the Prime Minister. How did that become a law? Was there just somebody like Laurier, Diefenbaker, John Hancock? So now we're going to make it illegal if they keep doing it. So then I go to Thomas Montclair, right, the NDP guy, and that's when I realized Thomas Montclair looks identical to my father. I'm like, oh, Dad, no! So he's like, skip to Harper, and I'm like, oh yeah, Harper. Like, he's gonna like, and like, so I just like finished, like, Harpski! So, guys, like I said, the big mistake here is that when I was gonna throw the newspaper out, I left it on my kitchen table, right? And then I smoked a joint, and then I just forgot about it. Now my girlfriend comes home, right? And she is Polish. If you don't know anything about Polish girls, they love to clean. Like when they come out of the womb, they clean their placenta off of you. They love cleaning, right? And she comes in, she's like, oh, a newspaper. I'm like, don't open that. She's like, she starts opening it. Like I could never be in a nuclear bomb situation. Like, don't press the red button. She'd be like, but don't open it. And she opens it up and only Harper's face rips. Just like, I'm like, it's not what you think. It's not what you think. She's like, it looks pretty self-explanatory. I'm like, no, look, okay, I wasn't jerking off to Harper. I did think of him in dying seconds. But it's not the whole time I was like, Harper, Harper, Harper. It was 3 Asians. You know I love the Asians, right? Like, it's and she's like, I can't believe you would finish the crossword without me. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta marry this chick. That's fine. I put a ring on it. Oh man. Guys, okay, I got one more glorious one for you here. Alright, I was in Etobicoke with my buddies driving in a car. And we saw this smoking hot girl biking on the hill, right? Just the nicest ass ever. We all started saying pretty gross stuff, right? sleep on that ass? And then he's like, yeah, like, you can fucking cut an onion on that butt. Like, chop, 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 chop. My one buddy's just like, shotgunanas. Like, he's not very smart, right? Like, dude, like, what does that mean? He's just like, oh, she sleeps with that. Like, why would you call fur? I mean, whatever, let's not get into it. We keep saying weird shit, it's gross. When we drive by, I'm like, guys, that's not a hot chick, that's a 40-year-old dude with long hair and great shape. I know, it's normal. My one buddy, he's never left well. He's just like, am I gay? Am I gay now? I'm like, no, you're not gay, right? Like, he does work out, he has a nice butt, but he shouldn't be biking up a hill wearing Lululemon shorts. Unless he wants to be mistaken as a hot girl, right? So it's not gay. He's like, I said I'd eat watermelon out of his asshole. I'm like, yeah. It's a little gross. One time I said that joke, and someone in the front row was like, ew, watermelon. I'm like, that's not